weekend, which means that this is a reading vlog. I can't, it's full of tea, so I cannot show you the little bitty, I'll put some footage or something. I cannot show you the little bitty seal that's inside of this cup, but this is my new favorite mug. And I kind of want to go buy another one, but I see no reason to have two of the exact same mug. It is Thanksgiving weekend here in the United States, and I have a couple of days off of work, thank God, and so we're here. I am going to be doing a reading vlog. Primarily, we're going to be seeing if I can finish reading Firekeeper's Daughter by the time that we have the live show, which is going to either be Saturday or Sunday. We haven't decided yet. So I may have 2 days, I may have 3 days to finish this. I could probably ask the group chat. This is about Donna Fontaine. She lives in Michigan, I believe it is. And she is just basically, the basic premise of this is just that she is deciding to stay home at a community college instead of going to the University of Michigan, and then she's going to get drawn in to a drug investigation that is happening because she has knowledge of both, like, science and chemistry, like what you think about the usual, like the traditional medical field, and then she also has a lot of knowledge about indigenous healing. Is it healing or, hold on, there's a specific, so basically she has a knowledge of both Western medicine and then traditional Ojibwe medicine. I am on I started this at the beginning of the month, and then readathons happened, so I'm on page 26. I love Her Friend's Grandmother, and I hope that I am that cool of an old lady when I am that old. That's all I can say right now about this book. It is 12:18, and I've had a pretty good morning so far. It's lovely to be able, I just love the days that I can get up and, like, I don't have to even be on until 9 a.m. Like, just everything about my day is better when I can just not get up until 9. I mean, I was up at like 8:30, but I wasn't like trying to do anything until we hit 9 o'clock. So that was nice. So I have my tea, I have my book. We're gonna sit and read. The goal is to finish this and then maybe some other books this weekend. We'll see. This vlog may just be Firekeeper's Daughter. I don't know at this point. We'll see what happens. So, anyways, happy Thursday morning, everyone. Oh, I'm gonna mention that, like, I went ahead and got a little calendar. Oops, sorry. So that I would be able to tell what day it is in vlogs more easily. And I know Christine is going to use this to shame me further for being so late on my vlogs. This is exactly what's gonna happen. Anyways, so we're here with an update. I am 78 pages in, and I think I figured out what the big twist is going to be, and if it is, so I know there's a twist that happens with the guy that she's hanging around right now, Jamie. So he, from what she knows, he is on the hockey team, and she's been asked to kind of show him around town, and all of that stuff. And so it's one of those things that, like, it's really interesting because she keeps commenting on how, you know, not weird, but how it's very, very, what's the word? Like, God, I don't, like when something happens, but it's not normal that it happens, if that makes sense. Like, it's the exception to the rule, that something like this would happen. It's out of the ordinary, for this to, like, it's not that it doesn't happen, but it's out of the ordinary for this to happen, that he made the hockey team without going to any of the tryouts. And having put that together with some questions that he's asking and a thing that just happened, and knowing that this is about, I have theories, and I'm liking my theory better than the one that I was worried about, because I was worried, like, he was going to end up being, like, a secret sibling or something, but she already has a half-brother. I'm liking this kind of back and forth between her and Jamie, and the fact that he's, like, I don't know how much of this is because of my theory and how much of this is just because he's a decent guy, but I really am liking, like, how much he's, like, making it very clear that while he's asking Donis these questions, he's also, like, making sure, like, that she knows she doesn't have to answer. Like, there have been several moments where he's like, hey, like, I'm sorry, I'm, like, am I pushing too much? And, you know, Like, I'm just curious. I think he's curious for a very specific reason. I like the relationship between Donis and her best friend Lily and Granny June. Granny June is an icon. This woman is just... this needs to be made into a movie because I need to see this woman on screen as she is meant to be seen, because I love her so much. I hope I am as, like, badass as Granny June is. I hope I have Granny June's attitude when I am her age. Wouldn't mind developing that attitude now. I think we're coming up to a big twist, which is why I got on to talk to you guys about this. I like the way, like, one of my favorite things so far about this is I like how Donis really does feel like that 19-year-old, where she's still a teenager. She's still, like very much has the attitude, like, feels authentically teenage, but you can also see her being someone who's like, okay, but I'm an adult now, I have to make adult decisions. And so it's this fantastic, like, I think this would be a very good, like, crossover YA, kind of like you have with Six of Crows, or you have with, like, A Darker Shade of Magic, which is an adult. It feels very good for crossover. There have been a couple of things that I've looked up, but for the most part, I'm just kind of reading through. I did look up one word. I found an Ojibwe dictionary online and, like, looked up, or I wasn't able to find the specific word, but I was able to find words that made me go, oh, that's what that means. Of course, I would be looking up the cuss words. Wasn't planning on it. That wasn't the, but apparently I was. I'm still playing around with how I want things to be sitting on that thing. It is November 26th. Hello, it's the next day, Friday. I, like a sane person, did not participate in any Black Friday activities, but I will be going to the bookstore later on tonight, I think. It just depends. My dad is taking me to meet a client because he may be writing the policy for this client, and he wanted to introduce me and all that stuff, since I will probably be the one that's actually writing the contract for the client. Anyways, so I am here. We have gotten to page 128. And the live show, thank God, is not until like Wednesday. So I have some extra, I have the full weekend to finish this, which is fantastic. I'm very happy with that. I like it. I am liking, like, we've gotten into the investigation a little bit, and we've had some answers that I think Donis really needed to have. I think it's gonna kind of be a restoration of her faith in certain people. Having that, what's the word? Oh God, it's when someone was thought falsely of, and then it turns out the people who thought the bad thing about them were wrong. Vindication. I don't know if there's going to be any romance between these two. I'm hoping, because we have officially confirmed that certain people that were keeping her from having romance with this person don't exist. So I'm hoping maybe there will be some kissing in this book. But if not, like, there's enough book here that we've gotten to page 128 and I'm not mad that there's no kissing yet. I was right about one thing, I was right about another thing, and I'm happy about one of them, and I'm mad about the other one because the character that happened to did not deserve that. And they were a really cool character, and I really liked them. Like, I was right about 3 things. Technically, one of the 3 things I was only half right about, because I thought there was going to be a body found. But there was not. It's very complicated, and I'm not going to get into it because it's spoilery. So, anyways, I'm letting my hair sit for a hot minute. I put some Olaplex in it because I'm trying to undo. If you don't know, I think I've talked about this before. I was dyeing my own hair using e-salon, and my hair just didn't get along with it. Like, there wasn't any noticeable difference until it started growing out, and I noticed that a lot of my curl pattern had loosened. And I don't know if that's just because of the stress of last year, but like, it kind of does coincide with, if you looked at it, the amount, they're the places where I would have been using the box dye. So I think we're growing out the rest of it. The haircut that I've got right now has really helped with the curl pattern, and the fact that like from, if you were to split my hair in 2, the bottom half of my hair is really maybe 2B curls, and then the top portion that's right here on the crown is just like barely 2A right now, and I'm just like, seriously, I've got all this nice curl underneath and you're just like. So anyways, we're trying to correct some of that. I did the curly girl method for quite a while last year, and I did find that my hair does do better if I have like regular shampoos. Is it sulfates? My hair does well with like silicones and some sulfates. Like, I don't do every single time I wash, but I do at least once a week use a shampoo that has sulfates in it. I have fine hair, and so the buildup happens, and I don't know why I'm telling you about my hair. This is a reading vlog. Anyways, I am planning on getting some more of this read tonight. Christine and I are going to be hanging out for a little bit to write, and I may read some during that time. I may not. I don't know. But anyways, I gotta get going because I do have a TBR I need to film. So we're gonna do that. And I figure, it's funny, like, it'll work out perfectly because I'll film my TBR. I'm only filming 1 video today, so I'm gonna put a little bit of makeup on. Not the full thing, but I'm gonna put a little bit of makeup on. Actually, I might not even need foundation today, which is not normal. But I'm gonna put a little bit of makeup on. I'm gonna film this TBR for my reading rap challenge, and then I'll go to the place and see the guy with my dad, and I'll still be made up a little bit and, you know, look kind of professional, and then I'll go to the bookstore. The one Black Friday thing that I do participate in is I do check out what the deals are at Barnes & Noble. I'm also looking for a book that my Barnes & Noble does not have, but the one up that's north of me. Is it north? Yeah, it's north. Scientology Central is north. It's a little bit bigger. It usually does have a little, like their YA section is twice the size of the YA section where I live. So, and I mean, I have a pretty decent, like, I'm not complaining about my store. It's a pretty decent store. So I'm going to look for that. I'm going to look for Olivia Dade's new book, and I don't know, for some other stuff. But I wanted to get this filmed so I can at least do some editing of it tonight and tomorrow, so it can actually maybe go up on Sunday on time before the beginning of next month, so that, like, people will actually have a chance to, like, work it into their... I've already got 2 people that are working them into their TBRs, so that's exciting. So I just hauled all of the books, those 2, that I have collected since April. And, I don't think they're all fitting up there. Nope. Oh, are there? There is no, oh goodness, we're not going to show you that. Those are messy. I forgot that part. I have no idea where these books are going. Just none. It's 97 books right there, guys. Mistakes were made. Okay, so I haven't gotten much reading done, but I got a thing in the mail, and I'm very excited about it. Even though we're about to sit down and do some reading, I'm very excited about this because even though I'm not going to be using it for what it's probably meant to be used for, but I got the player handbook for Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know if I've mentioned in this TBR that I'm in this vlog that I'm doing my own TBR game. And I don't think y'all will see this before that TBR game is up. So, yeah, this is going to be fun. But I am going to be using some of the stuff that you would use in D&D to build this TBR game so that I don't have to build all of that from complete and total scratch. So the story is going to be me, but like, I will definitely be figuring some stuff out. I'll be using some stuff based on gameplay too. I mean, it's going to be very simple. It's not going to be like D&D, but I'm just going to be tweaking a few things so they work for what I want to do. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to read this book. I've read for a little bit. I'm on page 180 now. So I'm very excited. I think actually I was at page 180 last time I saw you, but I wanted to tell you about my very exciting delivery. So I did read through like the PDF a little bit to make sure that it was going to have the information that I needed before I did that. Now I just have to check out and see if the DM guide will also be useful to me. I understand that it is very ironic that I had like very little interest in Dungeons and Dragons until I got this TBR idea, and now I'm basically going to be not just playing, but DMing my own game. And what kind of ridiculous type A Capricorn level shit is that? It's one of those things like, until I'm interested in it, there's no point. It doesn't exist. And then when I'm interested in it, I go just go all in. So anyways, I'm going to read some books now. Alright, we're going to pretend like I filmed this on time instead of having to wait a week until I had daylight that I could film in. So just, hi, we're here. We're wrapping up the vlog. I finished Firekeeper's Daughter and I gave it 5 stars. It was so good. There was a lot of stuff that went down at the end of this book. Like, so much stuff happened, and some of it I saw coming, some of it I did, well, I think most of the stuff you see coming, you see it coming like right a second before it's going to happen, and you're like, oh, no, what? Oh no, and it just, like, stuff happened in here that I just, it hurt. There are things that happened in here that I wish hadn't, but the way it was handled was done so well, and every single one of those things, even though like 9 times out of 10 I would have been like, this is just adding more sadness to this story or what's going on. Every single thing the author did in this ending was intentional. If you know anything about how Native communities are treated, if you know anything about missing and murdered Indigenous women, you're going to see the connections throughout this book. There's one thing that happened at the very, very end where a decision was made, and I'm mad about it still. So this is one of, I think this is probably going to be tied, or like, I still think, it's funny, I still think Legendborn is my favorite that I have read, but this is a very close second place. This just was, it was so good. Definitely going on my favorites list. Angeline Boulay knows how to write a story. Everything in this book was there for a reason, everything connected. Donis is one of the most fleshed out characters that I've seen in a debut novel. She just has so many layers to her that you see. I also loved the connection that we get to see with Donis and her community, with the fact that she is being able to be a part of her father's family even though he is still not around, and she is able to learn those traditions, because I know a lot of the time people in those situations where one parent is white and one parent is not, you don't get as much of a chance. A lot of the time the white parent, especially if the non-white parent is gone, a lot of the time the white parent is not going to support you in being a part of the other half of your family's culture. And I really liked the fact that her mom was so good about that and made sure she had that connection to her dad. There's not a lot I can say about it, just know that it is very good. There are so many things that go on. The journeys that, like, there are so many different character arcs going on here in Donis, especially at the end. You see a whole bunch of, like, little mini character arcs in regards to certain things that happen. I will say this book does have pretty early on a trigger warning for violence against women, also a trigger warning for sexual assault and rape. Just know that that's in there. If you would like me to tell you exactly where, like what pages to skip and avoid, I can do that. Just ask me in the comments. This is one of the first times I've had a realistic book, like book ending, and felt like I was happy with how it ended. Like, there are a lot of people that will try and do these kinds of endings, and, like, they'll usually have something that's unsatisfying to me. But, like, every single decision that was made at the end of this book, I was like, okay, yes, this is good. I I'm not mad about it, I guess. So, anyways, 5 stars. Please go read this book. It was so good. I will link the discussion that we had about the movies and this up in the corner where the cards go, all of that good stuff, and yeah, that's all I got for you. If you are feeling chatty, please let me know in the comments whether or not you've read this book, or if you're interested in this book, if you have any questions, any of that stuff. If you are not feeling chatty and you would like to let me know that you watched to the end of the video, feel free to leave me a little flame emoji for obvious reasons. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you enjoyed this video, I will have videos over here that you can watch as well. You might like one of those too, and if you like these and you liked this, hit that subscribe button if you're new here, or if you're here and you haven't done it yet, hit that little bell icon that's like down there somewhere-ish. I don't know. That is it for now, my friends. Happy reading, and I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things. Bye!